Hello guys, Daniel C being here. Yesterday I was thinking about, because I made a tutorial video, I was thinking about what other tutorial videos I could make that would make you guys' spin tires experience a little bit easier. And I was talking to a friend, and he had asked me about a mod I was using called SpintiresPlus. And how to download it and how to make it work. And I thought, hey, I should make a tutorial video so that he can watch it and anybody else. SpintiresPlus is basically a mod that, if you've been playing the game for a long time and you know all the regular stuff and you've hauled logs for a long time and now you're more into the mods and into the modded maps and you're just playing with your friends, and this just makes that experience a lot better, and it has even a lot more than just gameplay. It helps with crashes. Your game won't crash as much. It has a scroll bar menu for your modded maps now. It's actually very good. So today I'm going to show you how to download it and install it. So let's start off by opening up your browser. Okay, so all I want you to do is type in on Google. I have Google as my home page, so just type in on Google SpintiresPlus. As you see, I've typed it in before. You're just going to want to click this link here. I've used this for a long time. I've had it since V2, and now he's at V5, which is amazing. He's actually doing more work than the game developers right now. Shout out to him for that. Don't know exactly what his name is. It has submitted localhost, but pretty sure that's not his name. And if it was, I don't know. Pretty sad name. But anyway, I thank him a lot for whoever is doing this. It's great. It makes things a lot easier. So, and I will explain to you how it makes things easier more towards the end of this video. Okay, so if you click on this link here, this basically is the download link for his latest makes, basically. So, I mean, if he comes up with V6, this is probably no longer going to be V5. It'll probably be V6, because this website is just kind of promoting his make. So you can click on this link. For some reason, for me, it takes a while for the download to kick in. I'm not exactly sure. It might not happen for you. So if you click download, it should just download right away. But if it doesn't, and it just seems like it's taking a long time, just scroll down here and click on the guy who made it. He has a link. He has basically a Dropbox. It's sort of like a Dropbox. It's off the website Mediafire, and he puts his files in here. So if this link isn't working, then just scroll down and click on this link down here. So just let me show you what this looks like. I'm not exactly, well, you see he has 4 files here. He usually keeps the old version in here as well as his newest. So if you see this and there's V6 in here, he's probably only going to have V5. V4 probably will not be here anymore. I don't exactly know what these 2 files are for. I'm not very tech savvy, and I don't exactly know why he has these in there, but if you're just a casual player, then just click on the latest file. If it's V6, click on that. If it's V5 as it is here, just click on that. So I'm just going to click on this, show you guys what happens. New tab opens up here. This link will be here. So yeah, you're just going to want to click this link. Yeah, you might get a pop-up here, so just X that off. As you can see, it downloaded for me here. So yeah, now that it's downloaded, let me show you how to install it. Okay, I have it on the desktop right here, so let's go ahead and extract it. In order to extract a file like this, you're going to need 7-zip or WinRAR. If you don't have those, go onto Google, find it, download it. If you don't know how, tell me. I will make another video just for that. But I'm sure you can figure that out. That's not that hard. So you're gonna right click this and you're gonna go to here. For me it's 7-zip, so I have a link here that shows this. You're gonna want to go to extract files or extract here, either or. I always click extract files because then I can just pick exactly where I want them to extract to. So right now it's going to extract to my desktop. This is what I want, so I'm going to click OK. It extracts right here, so I'll open that up. So you can see all we have in here is just 3 simple files. The other, I think it is from V1 probably to V4, he only had these 2 files that he used. He had to add this file here for some reason. I don't exactly remember why. I'm pretty sure it explains in this file here. I will show you how to open that after, but let's get to open our folder that we put these files into. So you're going to want to open File Explorer or My Computer. You're going to want to find your hard drive. Double click on that. Find Program Files. Double click on that. Find Steam. Double click on that. Steam Apps. Common. And then SpinTires. This is as far as you go. I had a few crash reports in here. I had to redo the video because I had some problems, but if you have crash reports in your SpinTires, just a little tip, just delete them. It seems to make your gameplay experience better. Once you get to this is as far as you need to go. Common SpinTires, and you just select these 3. Click and drag them into here. I don't need to do that because I already have them in here. As you can see, I have it here, here, and here. So yeah, that's it. That's what puts the mods into your folder, into SpinTires. You will have to reset your SpinTires, like you turn it off, turn it back on, if you put this file in there, in order for the mod to kick in. I'm going to show you now how to edit this, because I usually tell my friends to edit it because there's a couple things in here that you're going to want to change. So in order to edit this, you're going to right click it. As you see here, I have the option to edit it, and that's what I usually click, but I've had some friends tell me that this option isn't here, and that's because Notepad is not their default program, or this file doesn't have a default program. So in order to open it, if you have that situation, just go down here to open with and click Notepad. If that is not here, then click on choose default program and search through here. I am running Windows 8. If you're running Windows 7, it's going to look a little bit different than this, but pretty much the same thing. So just click on Notepad, open it up. This is what it's going to look like. I know it kind of looks crazy. Don't get scared or anything. This is not that hard. Once I explain to you, you will be fine. You will totally understand what's going on here. Just be sane. I'm going to explain to you what most of these, I kind of understand most of these, but I'm probably just going to explain to you the things that I find important. But if you want to check out an explanation on all of these things, you're going to want to scroll down. As you can see, all these sections are things that you can change. That the mod will tell the game what to do. If you want to know what these all mean, it's like pay attention to the fact that these all have titles and paragraphs, and if you scroll down here to these, you'll see that this says camera section, and up here this says camera. So this basically is the part that explains everything in the camera paragraph. As you can see here, cabin camera max angle, cabin camera max angle. So if you scroll down to there, it will explain what that mod is for. Oh, I got a Skype. Just ignore that. So as you can see, this is where it explains everything, and I'm just going to explain to you the few important things that I think are important. These here, you're just going to leave them the way they are. I have never touched them. I never touched any of this here, but if you do use a Xbox controller, I recommend you change this to true. A couple of my friends who use Xbox controllers says it helps a lot for for zooming on with their Xbox controller. This is the part that's probably the most important and the part where you'll have to change things the most. Diff lock damage, I believe, is something that will stop you from getting damage when your diff lock is engaged on hardcore, I think. I'm not actually sure, but I've just left it on true, so I would prefer you do the same thing. Battery power winch is basically a mod that he put on that if you're flipped over or you're underwater and your engine has stalled, in normal situation you can't winch because your truck needs to be on, your vehicle needs to be running in order to use your winch. This basically, when you change it to true, I want you to change it to true because I'm sure you're gonna like it. Basically, it runs, your winch runs on battery and not on your engine. So when you're flipped, you're stalled, you're underwater and you're stalled, you can still winch out of the situation. So it helps a lot when you're flipped and say your friends are gone and they can't help you right now and you need to flip over because you don't want to sit there forever. Then this helps a lot because you can winch to a nearby tree. Hardcore auto logs, this is a setting you should probably want to set true. It basically, on hardcore, since the new update, they only had log kiosks available. You have to use a crane in order to load your truck. If you have this enabled, the lumber areas will still be on in hardcore. So you can leave that on true. Load points per objective. This is a new thing he added with V5. If you're playing with your friends, say, and you all wanted to haul long logs, but you kind of feel that you all want to do something, you all want to like go to the objective and all be together on completing it, but you're all hauling long logs, so it'll only take 2 people to finish it off. Well, this basically changes the amount of points you need to complete an objective. Now, any negative value that you leave anywhere in this document, the mod will just ignore it. But if you were to change this to 24 and instead of -1, then it would take 24 points to complete any objective on your map. That's what it's for, just for change up your gaming experience. And no damage basically means if it's set to true, you won't take any damage on your truck at all. Unlimited fuel means that you hop in your truck, you won't ever run out of fuel, you can drive forever, you'll never run out. And also, if you get into a truck that has, say, 50 out of 200 fuel, and you say, hey, why isn't it full? I thought I had the mod set on unlimited fuel. Once you start your engine, your tank should fill up completely, and it will stay that way. Now, if you get into a truck that has 0 fuel, in my experience, with V4, V3, and V2, it doesn't fill up your truck if it's at 0. If your truck that you get into is at 0, you have to put some fuel in it in order for the mod to begin fueling it to its maximum. So if that happens, sadly, you're going to have to get a truck and fill it up a bit. Winch range should kind of be up at battery powered winch, but I believe he did this in alphabetical order. But winch range, basically, in the game, your regular winch range is 14 meters. With the mod, you can change that. So if, say, you were to put it at 14, that would just be exactly what it is right now. But because of the negative value, the mod just ignores it and uses the original game value. The maximum is 40. You cannot go any further than that because of the game's engine limitations. If you probably went more than that, you'd probably break your game or crash your game. So you put it at maximum 40. This makes it a lot better because you can winch to trees that are a lot far away, and it helps out in many situations. Bear in mind that if you try to winch to someone who does not have this mod or has it and has not changed his winch range to at least 40, and you're trying to winch to him and he's 40 meters away, and say he has a maximum of 14 meters of winch, you're not going to be able to winch to him because he doesn't have the mod. You might be able to winch to him, as say you might be able to select a winch point on his truck as an option, but when you try to connect, it will just say that he's too far away. So bear that in mind. He must have the mod in order to connect to it. I don't know many of this. Visual damage, that's basically on your truck when you hit a tree or something like that. Sometimes it like dents your bumper or makes it a little bit dirty. If you don't want that, then keep it on true. If you like that look, then change it to false. Render distance basically renders mud for a longer distance, like what you can see. To a point, you don't have to put this that high because you can't see it anyway, so it's kind of useless if you put it much higher. Custom object. This is for more guys who are totally into mods. If you're totally into mods, look into this down below. I don't exactly know what these are for because I never really cared. But if you're into that kind of, into mods and stuff like that, then definitely look into this stuff down below and in the explaining sections and stuff like that. Okay, where were we? Right here, I believe. Oh, no. No. Okay, sorry, I lost it. Where are we? Right here. Sorry about that. We're by here. We just got through here. So disable cloaks. This basically, all those big black circles that are on your map that are covering your maps. If this is set to true, those will be gone. You can still go and unlock the cloaking, but they won't be visible on your map. Like you'll be able to see your whole map. So the scrollable map menu, which I think I told you about earlier, this you probably want to set to true if you use a lot of modded maps, because you can scroll through them now. You don't. It's not like you would put too many on, then you can't see them because they're just down below and they're gone. He added a scroll to it, so now you can go through them all. Doesn't matter how many you have. Startup add-ons. I would set this to false if I were you. It's kind of just like an annoying box that pops up before your game starts. Unless you're into putting on add-ons and trucks, but as for me, because of all the mods that I downloaded, it like literally has every attachment, so it kind of takes forever to find the right attachment for the vehicle you're using. So if I was you, I would just set that to false. Freeze time of day. If this basically freezes the time of day so that it's not nighttime, or you can freeze it at nighttime, I believe. If you want to freeze it when it's always light, I would just put down 14.5 as it explains down below. This explains this down below. I'm just explaining it to you for ease of access. But yeah, I believe this only works in single player though, because I've played in multiplayer and it still is nighttime when I'm playing in multiplayer. So I don't think that works in multiplayer, but that's just my experience. So if you have a different experience, cool. This stuff is more just into, or like the way your vehicle rides. I would just leave this all alone right now. This mud sinking fix is really nice because you can like bomb down trails and your friends will be sinking out of sight and wondering why you're doing so much better. But yeah, that's pretty much all it has to do with configuring this file. Just be sure that when you make changes to this file, that before you exit, you save it either by clicking here or on your keyboard hitting Control and S. Yeah, and then exit off, or you can exit off. It most likely will ask you if you want to save it. I'm not going to save it. You probably should. Yeah, so that's pretty much all you need to do. Oh yeah, and if you make any edits to this file while your SpinTires is running and you expect it to kick in, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to restart your SpinTires in order for the changes of it to be kicked in. And also, if you're thinking that you can cheat by getting achievements with this mod, it's not going to work. If you want to get achievements on SpinTires after putting this on, you're going to have to delete these 3 files out of SpinTires, otherwise you're not going to get anything. So I would say that before you start doing any achievements, you delete this, because I learned the hard way by doing trying to complete one of the hardest achievements with this in my file. I wasn't really using anything from it, but I didn't get any achievements because I had it in there. So if you're going to play a match where you want achievements, delete this out of your file and then go play a game. Okay, so this is a long video. I know it's a lot more than just a tutorial on how to download and install, but I thought I'd explain it for you guys just so you guys knew what to do. You guys didn't have to read up on it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comment it below. Have an awesome day, guys. Daniel, CB out.